Right, it's now Monday, so I've got to do ceremony 89, which was Friday night. Another good one, very interesting in many ways. Oh yeah, it was. God. A wedding ceremony between me and my little nymph friend, Bobinsana spirit. So that was the highlight. That was wonderful. Again, highly connected to Bobinsana. Maestro sings Icaros a couple of times for Bobinsana for cleaning, because it's the big heart opener, and it's just a wonderful time in the ceremony after the bulk of the cleaning, sort of 3/4 of the way through. So I've got to learn the lyrics for that one. There's some online, basically, but for people who are interested, but it's not exactly what Maestro sings. I'd rather learn it just exactly as he does it, because I know it's flexible. Yeah, but what really happened? Yeah, I don't think I had much discomfort. Yeah, it was a lot of cleaning by me of the guests. Was a few impressions going on. Sasha was interesting again. She had another, not as bad or as violent or unexpected as the first one, but she had another almost not projectile, but a real shock vomit that happened really quick. So another load of stuck stuff. And I was with her on Saturday walking around. I took her to, because she was the only one coming to town Saturday. The other guests are staying a second week, except for Noran. She got off at one of the little stops along the route. She didn't want to go back to Iquitos, stay somewhere nicer. So there was only me and Sasha for lunch, and took her to the bank and whatnot, and bought her some chips for her flight. She was off to Cusco, so we had a good chat. She asked me what I thought of the energy, because I told her that at breakfast that morning that I had bad energy in my stomach from them, for Amalia, the older lady, and also her. When she did that projectile vomit kind of unexpected thing, she may have vomited before once, I'm not sure now, but it doesn't matter. The interesting part was from Amalia first. The energy that I got in my stomach was the first time I vomited. That was again stomach pain that I knew wasn't mine. It was mild, but when it was in my stomach, it wasn't just sitting there like it usually does and just thinking, it's no discomfort really, I can feel it, but not ready to vomit yet. But with Amalia's, there was a definite bit of stomach pain, so I vomited that out. And then later on when Sasha vomited, that was still pretty nasty. I said to her the next day, I said, I had a bit of a porcupine in my stomach from you last night. It was really painful, like sharp pains going through my stomach, like, ow, Jesus, what the hell? And when I poked around in a circle around my stomach, there were areas which I've had in myself before. There was areas that were really tender, so I had to vomit that out again. So that was 2 vomits for me that night from the other guests. What else? I mean, it was just beautiful, really. Once Maestro started singing, obviously Bobinsana was with me. And when everybody was singing Cognac, and the intro is the Bobinsana, and then goes into Sirenita, this little siren, and he got it. He sort of started slowly in a more up tempo, and it was just lovely, just because the plants were there again, singing along. Lady was singing, so it sounded like a chorus. So it was just a really pleasant Bobinsana dancing again. So really not really much. It was just nice visions generally. Can't really remember. It's too long ago now. You see, if you leave it too long, you forget. So there wasn't really too much going on that I remember now. I mean, a lot goes on, obviously. It's an ayahuasca ceremony, so there's always a lot going on. The cleaning spirits were very gentle, not very visual, with fractals, not like Monday when it was really strong. Maestro apparently did change the mix. I think Gino told me that he boiled it again that day to reduce it down. So it was a strong ceremony. First time ever, I didn't get any sleep. Again, that was a niggle for me. I was stewing on that at fucking 5 o'clock in the morning, thinking that the facilitators, Christian, Lady, and Gino, they spent way too much time talking at the beginning of the ceremony. Maestro didn't start pouring the drinks until after 9 o'clock, over an hour wasted. And we needed it because Sasha didn't sleep either. She was a zombie in the morning. She said she may have got 20 minutes. I didn't get any, so I had to go back to bed after breakfast, and I did kind of drop off, which just made the big difference, even getting half an hour when you've had no sleep just before getting the boat. So that was an unpleasant night by the end, because 5 o'clock in the morning, starting to get light, and I just couldn't sleep. Brain was just wide awake, physically tired, and vomited back. No, I didn't vomit back in the room. I had diarrhea 3 times, I think, cleaning out from all the guests' energy. Probably, obviously, be a bit of mine, I suppose, but not these days. Not when I'm that clean after 2 weeks being there. So, I kind of stewed on that. I was going to say something. I thought, broach it with Gino, but it didn't arise, and then I just couldn't be bothered. I missed the video, the photo stuff, because I said to the lady, I said, where is everybody? I said, have they gone down? And she said, lost in translation. So I walked down to the boat, and I was on my own, just with the dogs. So I just waited down there, and then Josh came down. I had a bit of a chat with Josh. He said, welcome to the club. I said, I didn't get any sleep. I said, in 3.5 years of ayahuasca, that's the first time that's ever happened, that I've never slept at all after a ceremony. Just the wakefulness just went on and on, really active mind. I wasn't connected by 5 still. So I just had to keep, I was just smoking, get settled, and then have to smoke my pipe again, and then get up and do more rapé and try and just pull myself down enough, but it just didn't work. So, I'd written it off, so I was getting a bit cranky by the morning. And of course I was stewing on the fact that we wasted a whole hour, and it makes a big difference. So, but sometimes you just have to wait until the opportunity's there. And then everyone finally came down to the boat, and we left. So I just went straight to Cafe Dawn with Christian, me and Sasha. Christian had to go straight away. He didn't want to stay for lunch, so it was just me and Sasha there. And later on, when I took her to the supermarket and got her a bag of Platano for a plane flight, just to fill in, at least made sure, that try and make sure the guests have one good ayahuasca diet meal before they get on the plane. And now I have yogurt every time to try and replace the bacteria, because I think it makes a big difference. It stops you continuing diarrhea. If you just go into a heavy chicken sort of meal, even though it's on the menu, and of course you can add salt for the first time, the meal, it was so filling, I overdid it, because I bought fried Platano so that Sasha could try it, because it's filling. And I had chicken soup, but it was really quite thick. And then with the Platano as well, it was, and your stomach shrinks so much in 2 weeks, and it was just so filling. So I was busting a gut by the end of that, and then we walked up to the supermarket, and then that's when she asked me, so what, can I ask you what you think of my energies? And I said, well, I told you this morning that it was a bit of a porcupine, and it was energy like that stuck. I said to her, have you ever felt that you've been put upon in your life, where people have just kept putting things on you, you've never stood up for yourself? And she said, yeah. And I said, that's what, I understand that. I've had a lot of that in my life. And that's the impression I got of the energy that I got from you when it was in my stomach, because it's deep and it's stuck, and it's not letting your feelings show to people when they're being a bit bossy or controlling or whatever it might be that makes you feel suppressed. And of course you bottle it, and that goes deep inside. And of course she's about 30, so she's a teacher, so of course with kids you're always bottling stuff because you can't lose your rag. We do. At times I did at the school, I know that. I fucking lost my rag one day. You have a day of it where the kids are just so disrespectful, playing up or whatever, So but obviously you shouldn't as a teacher, but sometimes it just, you boil over, and it's good because you've got to get it out. There's nothing worse than suppressed anger or any emotions. Not letting people know how you feel is not healthy, because it bottles up and it creates sickness and frustration and resentment and all of the negative emotions that go with it. So yeah, that was interesting with Sasha, but that's pretty much it. Can't think of anything else really. I'll think of them right after I've done the video, but anyway, it doesn't matter, it's logged. So that was ceremony 89. So now I've just got the ferry ticket. There was only one yesterday, but I was too tired on Saturday. I had to come back and sleep, so I didn't get around to doing anything to try and think of a ferry for Monday. I wanted a week in Colombia really, to go and just have a rest there and do my visa, but it wasn't to be. But the other company, Amalia, or no, not Amalia, what the hell are they called? Something or other, but it's not that horrible freezing one that takes 24 hours, the big one that rips everyone off for selling blankets and freezes everybody, so they have to buy them, the bastards. So this other company, just by near there, but I didn't see it yesterday when everywhere else was closed. He said they were open till 2 as well. But anyway, I found him today, a nice guy in there. So it's Thursday now, so I booked the ticket to come back on Sunday as well, because Maestro finishes Saturday with this group, and then he's off for the 3 weeks, maybe more. He said he'd have 3 weeks free in January to go and do the dietas with him. Said we can probably do, I asked him if we can do 3 1-week dietas on different plants, but because I've got a strong connection with Bob Insana, I'm thinking about maybe I'll ask him if I can do a week of Bob Insana first and strengthen that connection. Because it's very important to me, especially now. This marriage ceremony in Mama's heaven, that was weird, but beautiful. Mixing energies with Bob Insana and conversation, it was beautiful, absolutely wonderful. So happy, such a happy experience. It's a beautiful space, and most of my ceremonies are like this now. I mean. And when I take bad energy, I just laugh at it and just who's next? But it's not even that unpleasant now. It's just something, that's part of the job really. Just helping Maestro out, save him a bit of energy because he's got the whole group to deal with and whatever else, God forbid. Especially when other dark energies come in that maybe only he's aware of. I did the strong cup in the last video. So I didn't have a second cup, and I'm glad I didn't, because not getting any sleep anyway. I was really happy when Lady came over. She didn't even ask me. She just said, "How are you in visions?" I said, "Yeah, strong," and she just went. She didn't say, "Do you want a little more?" because it's Friday. I think a couple of people maybe they did. I think Lewis might have done because he was staying anyway for next week. Don't not know. Hit Amalia pretty hard. She had to go out when she came back. One time she just literally flopped on her bed. And soon after the walk back from the toilet, she just flopped on her bed and barely had time to lie down get on her knees and her stomach, and just vomited immediately as soon as she got back from the toilet. Vomited into the bucket, and then everybody stayed in the Maloka except me. I was okay to walk. I just walked back with Lady. Not really it didn't feel that strong, but later in the bedroom it was just persistent. The visions were quite strong for a while, but it just didn't. It faded out, but it just wouldn't let you sleep. Brain was just wide awake. So anyway, so that's 89 over and done.